Hi, this is Lisa Branch, and I'm from Calgary, Alberta. I'm currently a gold director, and I joined the company in 2004 when I was at the Calgary Stampede, and I walked by this little table, and up on it was the sweetest little book that I had ever seen. I was pregnant with my first baby, and so anything baby kind of drew me over there, and I took a look at it. I had never seen anything like it before. It was the first digital photo book that I had laid eyes on, and I just immediately fell in love with the idea. It was so unique. This was going to be the first grandchild for both sets of parents. And so my husband and I wanted to do something very special for them, and we just saw that vision with the company. And so from a trade show at the Stampede, then turned into a hobby, and then a business, and now into the most amazing career imaginable. Heritage Makers just is doing great things up in Canada. And so today I wanted just to go through a few things with you. And some of the differences that we have between our sisters down in the States, and just go through some of that so that you feel confident as a consultant. Perhaps your sponsor isn't Canadian and might not have all the answers for you. Hopefully this training will help answer those and address some of those. So the first thing is that Heritage Makers was founded in Canada. The story that started it all, the My Great Grandpa story, was written by Candace May and was about her ordinary grandpa being her hero. Grandpa Wozni was actually born in Redwater, Alberta, and his children, who includes Dr. Sharon Murdoch, who's our co-founder, she grew up in the Lethbridge and Calgary areas. So I do have clients ask if Heritage Makers is Canadian, and so I just tell them that it was founded by a Canadian mom and daughter team, but our headquarters are now in the U.S. So that kind of leads us to our next question, currency exchange, and how does that work? Well, all of our prices are in U.S. dollars. And really, it's really simple. The credit card companies handle the exchange rate. I'm very upfront about this, and I just state it matter-of-factly, and I really don't make a big deal of it. I know that clients would probably prefer to have prices in Canadian funds, but really, they're okay with it being in U.S. dollars. There may be times, though, when the exchange rate works against us. When I signed up 6 years ago, the exchange rate was 1.3. So imagine adding an additional 30% onto our rates. People did the quick math, and they figured that a $50 storybook was more like $65 plus tax and shipping. And you know what? It was difficult. But in these times, just focus on the benefits and how to maximize the savings, such as joining Club HM to get the best publishing discounts, publishing multiple projects at once, hosting a workshop to earn free product, or becoming a consultant just to get the absolute maximum discount available. So right now we're enjoying a strong Canadian dollar. And so I actually joke with my clients that they're getting a little extra discount because the prices are in US dollars. So as long as you're focused on solutions, you're going to do absolutely fine with the currency. So here's another topic that's slightly different than our southern sisters, and it's shipping. All of our printing, both in products and in business supplies, it's all done in Utah. And so that it has to make its way across the border. So the good news is that there's no duty on shipping of books and business materials across the border. However, we do need to plan ahead, as it generally takes longer to receive your goods when shipping to Canada. I tell all of my clients to give themselves 3 weeks from when they publish. If they need it sooner, then I recommend that they choose a different, more expensive shipping option. So right now we have 3 shipping options. The first one is called USPS, which just stands for United States Parcel Service, and it's just your regular mail, and it arrives by Canada Post. It's the most inexpensive method, and it's the one I use. There's no tracking information, so it comes when it comes, and it generally comes almost exactly 2 weeks from when they ship it out. Canada Standard is your next option, and that arrives by UPS. This method is actually not much faster than USPS, but the advantage of UPS is that it has a tracking number and you can see exactly where it is once it's been shipped. UPS is about 9 to 10 business days, which is 2 weeks, and the cost is going to vary depending on where you live. City centers are going to have slightly better rates than rural locations. The last option is called International Express, and this is your UPS Express, and it is quite expensive. I really recommend it only for people, maybe who haven't, left a lot of room for shipping time. So the shipping starts at about $60 for the first item, but you know what? You get it within 2 to 3 business days. So it is really, really fast, but you do pay for that. Since we're talking about money, I just want to mention how you get paid. Okay, so hopefully you already know through the sign-up process that Canadians do not receive direct deposit in our bank accounts. What we have instead is we're issued a check. So checks are printed twice a month following the 2 commission runs and the bonus run. Your first check covers from the 1st to the 15th, and it usually arrives before the end of the month. Don't forget, it's in U.S. funds, so when you deposit into a Canadian bank account, the bank will convert it to Canadian funds for you. The second and the third checks arrive at the same time, and that's for the second commission run, which includes the 16th to the end of the month, plus the month's bonuses when you qualify for those as you make your way through the compensation plan. These checks generally arrive in the 3rd week of the month for the previous month. A side note here is that your check actually needs to be $20 or more for it to be issued. If your commission is less than this, the amount is simply held over and it's going to be paid out at the next bonus run when you qualify for bonus. Okay, let's move on and talk about taxes. Although we love to hate them, taxes are an important part of your business. First of all, when it comes to sales tax, Heritage Makers takes care of all of this for us. We charge GST, PST, or HST just depending on where the client lives. And the system calculates everything accurately for us. You don't need a GST number for your business or anything like that. So the second half of taxes, of course, is income tax. And since you're filing Canadian taxes, you have to claim everything in Canadian dollars. The easiest way to do this is to deposit your checks into a Canadian funds bank account and just let the bank convert everything for you. You want to keep good financial records and use a program like Quicken or Microsoft Money. And then really reporting income can be as easy as running a quick report. Very painless. So to help with this, Heritage Makers will issue you a T4 slip when your income is over $600. Below this, I don't think you have to claim income, but you know what? You better check with an accountant on that because I'm not 100% sure. Keep receipts for everything tax related. You can claim business use of home, including a percentage of your utilities and your mortgage interest. I claim a percentage of vehicle expenses too. Business supplies, travel and conferences, advertising, trade shows, anything reasonable that you do to help you succeed in your business can be claimed. And if you have any expense or income that's not already in Canadian dollars, maybe you have a U.S. funds bank account or a U.S. funds credit card, then just swing by the Bank of Canada, their website, and grab the annual exchange rate that's posted there, and then just do a kind of a one-time conversion of, you just, in your summary, you have, these are what my expenses are in U.S. dollars, convert it, and that's what you claim in Canadian funds. Okay, let's switch gears and talk about some of the fabulous promotions and incentives that Heritage Makers Home Office puts out for us and our clients. For example, each month you're going to see seasonal and holiday publishing specials. Most of our holidays we of course share with our Americans, but you know what, there are some differences. For example, July is going to be focused on Independence Day and November has their Thanksgiving. So as we build the Canadian client base and voice our suggestions, Home Office really listens to us and they hear us and they make additions and accommodations for us. So for example, they've added specifically Canadian art collections in studio, and they do release new Thanksgiving collections in September so that we can use them for our Thanksgiving in October as well. So that is fabulous. I really appreciate all that they do. We also have talented Canadian designers with quite a few templates in the gallery. So we as Canadian consultants simply need to be prepared and to build in additional shipping time for our own projects and our clients and start our marketing a bit earlier for special events. For example, I order a deck of playing cards for my kids' Valentine's Day party, and I order that shortly after New Year's just to make sure that it gets here in plenty of time for Valentine's Day. And I order all my Christmas gifts definitely before November 30th. Home Office does post recommended holiday publishing deadlines for Canada as well as the States. So I just wanted to conclude this session by encouraging you to participate and invest in your business by attending the live events as your budget allows you to. So that means you're going to need to budget for some of these events. So yes, almost all of the events are in the US. So get your passport application in and the flights will be extra. I've attended each reunion for the past 5 years, and it is such a boost for myself and my business every time I go. If you love heritage makers as much as I think you do, imagine being in a room of 500 other people who feel the same way. You're going to get top-notch training from people who are being successful in their businesses. You feel the excitement of new releases and just connecting with consultants from across the continent. And plus, it's just plain fun. I have traveled to Arizona and California, Vegas, Salt Lake City, and my family now comes with me and we make a vacation afterwards. Regionals are also an opportunity to attend a weekend event in Canada. So far, Calgary hosts an event each year, and as we continue to grow, we're looking forward to opening up such areas as Regina, Vancouver, and into Ontario and Nova Scotia and New Brunswick. One of the things that I do is focus on and really work the consultant incentives that are offered so that I can attend leadership conference each spring and earn cash back to pay for my registration fee and a stipend for my airfare. I've also been able to participate in personal development such as Dream Team. I've really benefited from these events, and you know what? I am a better person today because of Heritage Makers. It is worth the investment. And you know what? It all comes back to you in various ways. A better you and a better business. And you know what? My husband agrees. Every year I get to treat him to a cruise with the TAC program, and we've been to places like Mexico and the Eastern and Western Caribbean islands. Talk about an incentive to go. So I hope that answers some of the questions that you may have had about some of the differences that you're going to experience as a Canadian consultant. But let me tell you, you are in the right place at the right time. Let's grow Canada together.